Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a get ready with me with a twist because we're only going to be using products that I have panned. So in order to get like a full face of products, I had to do this as in I either completely panned as in used up a full product and then bought another one, or I have hit pan in said product. There's only one item for a full face that I have never really used up and never rebought, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Before we jump in, if you like this video idea, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe while you're down there so you're notified whenever new videos come out every single week. Alrighty, so I don't know if this is gonna be chatty or not. I'm filming this at the end of a 4-day weekend, and it's been like the nicest break from work. It's the longest break from work I've had since this whole year so far, since 2024. And work has been stressful. But this weekend has been so nice. I've been able to catch up on a bunch of cleaning. For primer, we're going to use the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer. I've gone through like 3 of these and this is almost empty. It's almost gone. So yeah, so this 4-day weekend, man, if only every week could have a 4-day weekend, you know? Like this was so nice. I had time to relax, do my hobbies. I did some YouTube planning. I had time to do some like deep cleaning that I only do a couple of times a year. And Alvin's also working overtime this week, so it's really just been me and Rex here for the last week. He's got 4 more days of overtime and then he's done. And we're getting ready to start apartment hunting soon. So I've got my spreadsheet with all the places we want to start touring. And through the summer, I'm probably either going to use summer Fridays if my job gives us summer Fridays, or I'll use my vacation time and just start taking off Fridays so we can actually go out and tour apartment places. And I will be filming the whole process once we actually start, so that'll all go on the vlog channel. If you guys did not know, I do have a vlog channel. Can I reach to put this in the basket? Ugh. I have a vlog channel. I'll throw it up in the cards. Okay, so we've got the primer on, and actually, should I go for a dramatic eye? I'm kind of thinking I'm feeling a dramatic eye. We'll do what I've been doing lately and do like my forehead first, and then we'll do the eyes before we do the rest of my face. So I have 2 foundations here that are more summery that I have definitely panned and bought again. So I have the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and it's upside down because it's like almost empty, so I want the rest of it to come out. And then I've got the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. I have not worn the Double Wear in a bit. I've been wearing the matte and Poreless for a long time now. So you know what? I think I'm going to do the Double Wear though. I don't know how this shade is. I'm going to have to mix this shade a little bit. That's a little light. Alright, I'm cheating a little bit because I haven't used up an entire one of these, but I've got some foundation darkening drops, so I'm going to try and just mix this to be a little bit darker. Or, you know what, maybe I shouldn't cheat. Let's not cheat, and I'll mix it in with the matte and Poreless. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how they work together. Why not? You know, I used to love, like, mixing and matching foundations. I don't really do that anymore. I've definitely noticed that, especially this year, with how, hectic work has been, makeup has become something I kind of rush through in the morning as opposed to how it used to be where I would like sit down and watch YouTube videos and like really make it my me time. Okay, so I've got some on my little palette right here. I'm gonna mix it together, see what we can come up with. Yeah, still a little light, but better. So we'll go with that. This Maybelline Fit Me is almost empty, so I've got 2 more in my drawer to use. But where was I? I was in the middle of thought. Yes. So yeah, makeup has become kind of something I've been trying to like consciously make space for like relaxation and like focusing on the makeup again. But it hasn't really been until lately that I've rediscovered the joy for my hobby. Because work has been like really stressing me out, putting me in a depressive state, not to mention the issues with my apartment. I'm not gonna, you know, keep honking on about that. But if you did not know, I've got chain smokers that moved in downstairs, and I work from home and they're home all the time, and it's miserable. Yeah, that's not too bad. It does, the Maybelline oxidizes just a tad bit, so I think it's really helping to tone down the Estee Lauder. There we go. And then I think I'm just going to use my towel and just wipe off what I've got on the swatch. There we go. That's good enough, because we're going to put makeup right back over it in a little bit. So for brows, I just laminated my brows, so I'm just going to throw a little bit of brow gel in it. This is the Got2B Brow Gel. I've used many of these. And my brows are freshly laminated and tinted, so they look fine without any product. So I'm just going to shape them like that. Man, I am so happy with brow lamination. Like, I should have gotten this done years ago. My brows are so thick and fluffy, they literally like work perfectly for lamination. And it makes it so quick and easy. And I look a lot more put together now with no makeup on. Okay, for eye primer, I'm using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I can't count the amount of times I have used one of these up. I remember at a time where I couldn't afford this and I would get the little sample packets because they gave good-sized sample packets of this primer as well. They were like those little bubbles, but you really only need a little bit of it, so that bubble could last you like months if you only used a little bit. And I went through so many of those little sample packets before I could actually afford a full-size one. So for eyeshadow palettes, I could go a couple of ways with this because I specifically try not to repurchase a palette once I've totally panned it. That being said, I was gifted a Subculture palette, so I could have gone that way, but I kind of just want to use a palette I've hit pan in. So I've got the Jaclyn Hill palette, my Pan That palette from last year, and I also have the Natasha Denona Green Brown palette. So I have a few pans in here because I did include it in a Petty project pan and a Harry Potter project pan over the years. So I'm thinking of using like shimmers from here, because this is a mostly shimmer palette, and then using the mattes from the Jaclyn Hill palette. And that's why I wanted to do my eyes first, because these are just both Fallout City palettes. So let's move some things around, and we'll get started on this probably pretty dramatic eye look, but I think it's gonna look cute. And this is an update. I'm almost close to hitting pan in the matte shadows. I've got 3 shadows up here that still have some pan in them, so, or still don't have pan in them, excuse me. I've been using them every now and then, but I did do an update a while ago that I kind of gave up on them just because I needed to focus on my current Pan That palette. And actually, I'm gonna just use like this light brown from the Green Brown palette to set the primer first before I go in with the darker brown shades from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill. But I kind of gave up on using it like every day trying to hit pan in those shades because I really needed to focus on my current Pan That palette, which is the Pumpkin Spice palette. Not Pumpkin Spice palette. Sweet Peach palette. Oh my god. My brain. I think I relaxed a little too hard during this long weekend. I also got this new mirror right before my no buy started from Costco. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's got the nice light on it. It's got a really good magnification on it, so I can like tweeze my brows. It's like 15 times magnification. And then it's got lights, and it's rechargeable, so there's no cable on it. The last time I had a lighted mirror, it had to be plugged in, and it was such a pain in the butt, and I couldn't move it around anywhere, and I am just loving this mirror now. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the darker mattes. I just added a stain to the rug. I just deep cleaned these rugs like 2 weeks ago. Wow, these shades actually work really well together. I'm thinking of starting like a little countdown calendar or something, but I don't know the exact date we're gonna move. I'm thinking of like how long we have to stay in this apartment. But like honestly, the months are going by pretty fast. It's like this time where the weeks feel long, like work-wise, but then like the months fly by. Like I can't believe we're almost in June. Like in a week it's going to be June, which is just insane to me. Like in a way, I feel like January was both yesterday and also 3 years ago. I'm gonna be messy with this since I am gonna wipe off and clean the edges up with a makeup wipe. I don't have to be like super duper precise. And we're gonna throw some kind of glitter shimmer all over this. Did you guys see that trend on TikTok, and then some people were reporting on it, that I guess the next generation, is it Gen Z or Gen A, they think eyeshadow is for old people, which is a shame because like eyeshadow is legitimately my favorite part of doing my makeup. Like I love eyeshadow. I love how different it can make you look. I love how the colors look. Like I'm not someone who does makeup like specifically to make it look like I'm not wearing makeup. Like I enjoy the artistry of it. I enjoy like expressing myself creatively. And to me, like, I don't know if this is a hot topic thing to say, but to wear makeup just specifically to cover up what you think like is wrong, quote unquote, with your face, I'm not a fan of that. I always think makeup should be something you wear because it's fun and you enjoy it and you like it, not because you feel pressured to hide like imperfections or anything. Which is what, to me, like these new trends, like the clean girl, the whatever, it doesn't feel like people are having fun with makeup anymore. It's more so like use makeup in order to look like XYZ, which has never been, well, at least to me, has never been the fun of makeup or the makeup community at all. Okay, so I think we're good for the mattes. I'm wondering what shimmer would look nice here. We've got a bunch to pick from in here. Got that nice color. Ooh, that one looks pretty. I'm just grabbing random shimmers from inside the green brown palette. Oh, look at that one. And I'm going back and forth on whether or not I should use a glitter glue, because I have panned the NYX glitter primer, so I could bring that out. But I kind of just want to go in just all over the lid. You know, I'm feeling this kind of bright, limey kind of green shade, so I'm just going to go in without any glitter primer. I will say if I was planning on like going anywhere, I would use a glitter primer, but since today it's just a filming day and I'm inside, I'm just gonna blend this out with my finger and then go in and touch up the edges with a brush. That looks so pretty. Let's get more on my fingy. Ooh, again, these shades look so pretty together. And then, you know what? Just to be a little extra dramatic, let me blend out those edges. I'm gonna bring in another bright green shade just like in the middle of my lid. I love how that looks. Again, like Fallout City, which is why I'm glad we did eyes first. But this is gonna look so cute. Alright, so now I think we're ready to clean up the under eyes. Whew, I might have to put my AC back on in a minute because it is getting toasty. Anyone else out there hate summer? I hate summer. Oh, look how pretty. Alright, that is looking hella cute, and I think we're ready to do the rest of my face with the foundation. So I think I have enough on this palette to just use what I mixed up before. And we'll go in, you see how it did oxidize a little bit, but I think it matches me pretty well. Okay, I'm just adding another layer of foundation to my chin, just because I've been breaking out a little bit down here and I just want a little bit of extra coverage. Next for concealer, we're going to be using my tried and trusty Dermacol. I've panned one of these. It took me like over a year to actually use up this whole thing. And I'm just going to take the teeniest amount because it is super duper full coverage, and I'm just going to pat it in on my under eyes. I've really been wanting to go back to this because I haven't used it as an actual under eye concealer in quite some time. I've been like loving the Armani Luminous Silk concealer. That's been like my go-to. It's been hard for me to like reach out and try to use other stuff because I love it so much, but Dermacol is also just so affordable, and like a little goes such a long way. Like, look how pretty that looks. And I'm just gonna smooth it out a little bit with the sponge. Yeah, I don't know why I stopped using this. It is so dang pretty. I need to put this back into my everyday makeup drawer. It is beautiful. Alright, next we're going to do something I actually haven't done in quite some time, and that's powder my whole face. The rest of the products that I've panned, they're all powder products, so I need to powder this down because I don't think they're going to blend out well on top of cream. Typically, I've really only been setting like my T-zone with powder and then using cream products, but I've never panned like a cream anything. I don't think a cream highlighter, a cream bronzer, a cream blush. I've got a bunch of them and I've used a bunch of them, but I've never actually fully panned one. So we're gonna go in with powder. So I've got the Coty Airspun powder. I've used at least 2 of these throughout the years, and then the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. I grabbed both of these because the Maybelline Fit Me I used to really only use under my under eyes. So I'm gonna use this on the under eyes and see how it looks, though I do want to try something a little bit here because lately I haven't been setting my under eyes, and I've just been using like the lower lash eyeshadow to kind of set the very top of my under eyes. I'm going to do that right now. So let me grab the dark brown shade we used. Nope, wrong brush. And I'm going to really like tight line this, like just a little bit like that, so just so it doesn't blend out too far, because I'm going to go in with another brush and blend it out. So that's it for the dark shade, and I'm just going to take a itty bitty little blending brush. And as you can see, I'm blending it out, and it's also basically setting like the very tippy top of my under eye. And that's the most I've been doing for like setting my under eye. And then that way it doesn't look too creepy, like crepey throughout a day. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the light shade from the other palette that we used like all the way up to my brow bone. And I'm going to blend it out just a little bit. And then we're going to use something further down the line as the inner corner highlight. So we're just going to move on for now. Oh man, my carpal tunnel has been kicking my ass lately. Like, God, my posture sucks. I've been shrimping like this, like so hard, like between work and my computer and my phone, that like my back has been killing me. And that's probably like a really old person thing to say, but I might need like one of those posture correctors I've seen online. It's so funny how like foreign this feels to me now, considering I used to like, this used to be my go-to makeup application. It was just like powder the whole thing down, set it with setting spray, so that way it would last a full day. And it did. It lasted me through some 12-hour like hard work days, and my makeup still looked amazing. One benefit to working from home is that I am able to actually use like cream makeup products and like not set all my powders and foundations, though I did go into the office the other day and did my makeup like I usually do, and the only thing that wasn't great was that my mascara did transfer down to my unset concealer a little bit. Okay, in the middle of my forehead where you see my student loan stress lines, I'm not gonna set that. I'm gonna try and like buff out those lines. All right, and then I'm just gonna go over with a pressed powder, and I've got the AOA Studio Perfect Pressed Powder in the shade 152 Porcelain, and this has just been like a go-to pressed powder for so long, and it's only $1. I'm just gonna sweep away any of the excess loose powder, bring it down, and I will say I'm looking pretty ghostly though. I will say, like in person, it looks like a much better like shade match to my neck and down here than on camera. I don't know what the heck we're doing, but we're about to get a bronzer and contour. Alrighty, for contour, I had to go with one I've hit pan in, because the only like contour I fully used up was a Burberry Mini, and I never rebought it. So I've got the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. This is going to be our contour shade because I have hit pan multiple times and repressed this kind of bronzer shade, but it's more of a contour on me. And then for bronzer, I fully used up a butter bronzer from Physicians Formula like years ago, but the only version of that bronzer that I have now is in the butter box. So I've got all the butter bronzers right here, so I'm going to go into the one that best matches me right now, which is probably the top right, if I can move the plastic. Probably this one. Because we need to warm this face up. So I'm going to go in with an extra like big brush. And I gotta say, I haven't powder bronzed in so long. Let's see. Watch at the end of this, I'm gonna be like, why did I stop powdering? It's so much fun and it looks so good. I'm gonna take this up here. It looks so pretty. I love this bronzer so much. It smells amazing. It's a little pricey for the drugstore, but honestly, now everything's really pricey for the drugstore. Like, I remember there was, what was it, a CoverGirl foundation or something? It was over $20 for a drugstore foundation. What is happening? All right, I'm gonna take a little bit over on down to T. All right, and then we're gonna go in with the contour. I should use a smaller brush. I don't know. I'm gonna try this brush. A little too big. I have no idea where my NARS Ita brush is. Well. Oh, we'll just use my dual fiber brush. Alrighty. We are looking so good. Like, I forgot how much the butter bronzer looked, like how nice it looks and how it like warmed up everything. It looks so nice. Okay. So, fun fact, I have only panned ever one blush. And it was like an ABH trio, and it took me over a year to do, and I never rebought it. So, I don't get any blush for this look, which isn't terrible because I already see some of my redness like poking through a little bit, so let's just pretend that that's blush. However, we do have highlight. I did pan an entire Becca Royal Glow highlighter once upon a time, and I have 3 of them because it was limited edition and I panic bought it, and it was my favorite like highlighter ever. Ever. Now, I don't know if I can, it's dark. This is dark. So, this might be the inner corner highlight. Let's see. I haven't actually used this on my face in a while, and I think I can get away with it if I use a really, ooh, that's dark. A really fluffy brush. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, we'll even it out on the other side. And we're gonna have to go with our number 2 pan pick for highlighter, because this, I don't think this is gonna work on my face. I tried. And that is the Physicians Formula Nude, Natural Nude Shimmer Brick. So this, I used up an entire one of these back when I first got into makeup, because this was like the first highlighter I think I ever bought. And you can use it as highlighter, as bronzer down here if you're light enough, as eyeshadow. So I'm going to actually first start out with using this on the inner corner to hopefully make it a little bit brighter. Okay, it helped a little bit. Doesn't necessarily match the tones of the look, but we got a little bit of a highlight there. I also forgot to mention we don't get a waterline eyeliner either, because I also have not finished an entire one of those, I don't think. Jesus, I had to dig to find my powder highlighter brushes because I haven't used powder highlight in a bit. So we're going to take basically the first 2 rows. Just seeing highlight brings me so much happiness. And maybe that's just the 2016 beauty guru in me. But, oh boy. Does this emphasize texture? I don't know if this is because this product is a little old now that I've had it for quite some time. Because I did rebuy this like a year or 2 ago. But, oh boy, is it just emphasizing like every pore that I have. We're gonna roll with it though. I think it'll look better once we get some setting spray in there. It is a really pretty shade though. Alrighty, to meld everything together, we're going to use a fixing spray and a setting spray. So MAC Fix Plus, I have used this so many times, I can't even count now. You know, we no longer have the Back to MAC program, which is a shame because it was such a good recycling program. Alright, now I remember why I used to do this. This looks incredible. I'm just feeling myself today. Look how... The texture is mostly like gone now, like from the where we highlighted. It looks so pretty. Okay, so now the actual setting spray, Scandinavia. This is technically the bridal setting spray, but I finished up the bridal and I refilled it with the regular setting spray because I've gone through like so many of these Scandinavia setting sprays. They're like the best, like long wearing, long lasting setting sprays I've ever tried. Alright, so just to finish the eyes up, we're going to use the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. Like the best affordable mascara ever. This is actually a brand new tube. And I've gone through, like, again, more of these than I can count. Because let's show you the difference. This side's with the mascara, and then this side is without. And that's before even, like, curling them. Okay, we're just gonna let that dry down a little bit and then I will curl them and this look will be done. Alright, and this is the final look. I am just so surprised. Which I shouldn't be. Like, clearly, if I'm only using products I've panned, they're clearly products I've loved enough to completely use up. But I don't think I've used just all these products together just in a single full face. And I'm loving it. And actually, like, powdering the under eyes, the Dermacol looks really good. So I might go back to doing that and actually powdering the under eyes. It looks really nice and smooth and just like, wow, that looks nice. I love having highlighter again. I kind of miss having that like nice little highlighter glow, you know? I love the brows. Brows are different. I never used to laminate my brows, so I love the way that they look. I love the mascara. I love the eye look. Oh yeah, no lipstick. Like the only lipstick I have like panned and bought again was Wet n Wild's Rebel Rose. That's the only one, and I actually don't have it right now. So unfortunately, I'm on a no buy. I cannot buy it, But I'm thinking of going back and buying it again because that's a lipstick I loved so much and wore so much that I like that. I feel the nostalgic urge to get it again at some point. But overall, I'm like really happy with how this turned out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below if you have enough products that you've either panned or have hit pan in that you could also do a full face with them. And if you can, let me know down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.